Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unfair Game, where the rules are a sham and we make them up as we go. I'm your host, Jacoby Treby, and tonight's contestants are Mr. Azure and Mr. Rene. Tonight's subject is girls in songs. There are 13 songs. You each guess a number, and I will read the lyrics. The contestant with the most amount of correct answers will be the winner of a lifetime supply of matchless gum and Band-Maids. Oh, I can feel it. I know I'm gonna win this time. Oh yeah, sure. Just like the last 5 times. But such is life, I guess. Okay, contestants, be ready to buzz in as soon as I say go. Are you ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What's this? You can't just buzz in 13 times and expect to get all the answers. He's right. Mr. Rene buzzed in 1 time, so Mr. Azure only gets 12 answers, and Mr. Rene gets what? Yes! To be fair, I will let Mr. Rene go first. Can hardly call that fair. East Coast girls are hip. I really dig the styles they wear. Ooh, California Girls by the Beach Boys. Correct! Yes! Now, Mr. Azure, your turn. Girls by the Beastie Boys, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield, Material Girl by Madonna, My Girl by The Temptations, Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison, Rocket Man by Elton John, The Girl Is Mine by Michael Jackson, Uptown Girl by Billy Joel, Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner, and Whole Wide World by Reckless Eric. Correct on all 12, Mr. Azure is the winner. Yes! What? He didn't even state the lyrics. How could he know the answers? I must just be that good. Shut up, cheater. Well, you did get them all right, so there's nothing we can do about it. Huh? Better luck next time, Mr. Rene. I swear this game is a bunch of bull. And that's our show. Be sure to tune in next week to another edition of Unfair Game. Bye for now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. This channel is called Jake of All Trades, and today I am acknowledging the flaw in my voting system by reacting to Unfair Game and Arcadia Girl this week. Arcadia Girl being listed right here and in the description. So a little bit of background, and sorry if you hear a lot of like raindrops in the background. It started raining really heavily right before I started recording this, but I don't want to push it off because I don't know how long this is gonna last. So anyway, about the time that Parker hyper commented for One and Only and Tora Tora and left 155 comments there, I was prior to that trying to do like handle this where if there was a lot of hyper commenting, I would, reward the ambition and the effort and the technical top vote total, but also like try to be fair and do a reaction for like the song that had the natural most amount of votes, and do a double feature that way. However, Parker had overwhelmed me that week and really put a crap ton of votes in, and so I ended up kind of getting away from doing that more recently. So I wanted to kind of get back to that this week, and what better week to acknowledge the lack of fairness I've been treating this with by reacting to Unfair Game. That was the one that had the natural highest vote total at 50 votes. If you saw my Fate reaction last week, Arcadia Girl wasn't even in contention. We had Unfair Game and Awkward and Fate and Take Me Higher and Alone and Thrill and Bubble, like quite a few kind of in that top tier vote range, and Arcadia Girl wasn't in that list. And then BM for Life came along and added, as of this recording, 52 votes to that, which will probably be more because he's been adding votes every single day since my last reaction went live. So there will be more. 70 votes for Arcadia Girl, 50 for Unfair Game, and for other ones, Take Me Higher and Awkward were both at 47, so pretty darn close. So those will probably be coming in the coming weeks. But before we get into our our reaction for Unfair Game today, I will give a shout out to the current people who voted on this. We have BM for Life with 3 votes. Curtis R. Robles. And Naira. Please excuse me if I messed up your name. And if you're watching this, please leave a comment in letting me know how to pronounce that properly, so that if you have another vote and I give you another shout out, I can pronounce it correctly next time. Gary Holloway. Jeff B5 with 4 votes. Greg and Kelly's Mad Mad World with 2 votes. Greylock 100 with, oh yeah, he spearheaded this much earlier on, 26 votes. Jonas S. Kanacho Min. Again, please leave a comment letting me know how to pronounce that properly if you're watching this. PND Squared with 2 votes, and PND Squared is also the collage I'm going to be checking out for the reaction this week for the studio version. Parker with 4 votes, Farron, Sandcrab, Snowdog, and Ultra HD7. So thank you guys for suggesting this one. I am going to, like I mentioned before, going to be doing PND Squared's collage for this one. Looks like for Misa's birthday, so I'm not sure when that was, but happy birthday to whenever to Misa in honor of this collage. Without any further ado, let's get started on the PND Squared collage for Unfair Game. Okay, so here we go with Unfair Game photo collage on for Misa's birthday. Here we go. Happy birthday, Misa. That's a nice message. Okay. This is a really interesting intro. Ooh. Do not make contact with the gorilla. Okay. Going on right now. I like it kind of switch ups on the drums there. It's groovy, but it's got like this dark sense to it. Misa's face is super prominent too. Oh no, I guess I forgot to pay my internet bill. Oops. Okay, I'm resetting. Hopefully, I'm gonna start from the beginning, and hopefully it works this time. Guess you get a double dose of Unfair Game. Hopefully to make up for how unfair the internet's being to me today. Oh, and it's sunny now too. It's like a little pullback right there. You know, the first time around I was half expecting it to kind of like still be high energy, but they really draw back here. The pictures. Interesting transition there. This is going to take multiple listen-throughs to break down. Jeez. Alright, glad I made it all the way through that time. Alrighty, so time to get into some post-reaction thoughts. I did try finding a live version and failed to do so. I know BM for Life had mentioned that it was part of the Studio Coast concert, which I've seen live stuff from before. I tried to go back to that concert, but then like I couldn't find a set, like a timing for the show, and it's like, oh shoot, to get there I'll probably have to go through a bunch of songs that I have not yet reacted to, and so and then, you know, spoil myself for the future. So I ended up not doing that, taking that option. I did find a fan cam, but again the quality wasn't good, so I ended up not doing any live one this time. If you guys are aware of how I could access a decent quality live recording of Unfair Game, please drop it in the comments below and let me know how I can find that. And then, like I said with Arcadia Girl, I could do a compare and contrast down the road sometime. So, but I'm going to break this up into small sections so that I could try and digest this one, because this one is a little bit harder to digest for me than Arcadia Girl was. There's a lot of that nuance and like a lot more so than Arcadia Girl. Now, Arcadia Girl was a good song, but this one just has some like things that just have my brain going in 5 million different directions at once. And the first of it being in the intro, where you've got like this kind of, you know, upbeat sort of, you know, pump your fist sort of intro, and then with the rhythm guitar, what I found kind of interesting, when Misa comes in, like she plays a different version. Like she starts off playing the normal riff, but then starts doing like playing it in like different, it sounds like she's playing it in like different chords, or just like kind of doing a different you know, kind of progression there. So you've got the rhythm guitar and the bass doing two similar but different things, it sounds like. And so I thought that was kind of a cool touch. And then it switches from like this, just this straight up pump up feel to the song to like this kind of dark sort of sense when Konami starts doing that that lead guitar that's like just this minor, you know, this minor second thing. And I thought it was interesting because like I'm so used to Konami doing some like really crazy like over the top riffs, and we'll get to that when we get to the solo. But like the beginning was just so simple, just kind of going da 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 da, like it's just, but it works so well. It just creates that really dark sense over the very powerful rhythm guitar. Okay, so getting into the verse, like it's kind of got an interesting structure because it's got like verse 1A and verse 1B because it's like split in half by that intro riff again. And like in verse 1A, like you get the rhythm and the bass kind of slowing down to like this kind of slow but groovy tempo, but then they're kind of, you know, all kind of working together, mixed together very well, and it just feels like one solid unit there. While Psyche's singing really awesomely as she always does, and then there's the punch in of the intro riff again, with that minor second lead that Konami was doing, and then it goes into verse 1B where it starts to kind of diverge a bit, where you've, at least initially, it goes back to Misa and Miku's guitar, even though I know it's recorded by Konami, kind of complementing each other on the rhythm, but then Konami starts doing some like ambiance, like lead guitar, just like some kind of crazy like high noises and maybe some feedback, or some really high chords or something. I had a hard time kind of like pulling out all the different elements from this, because then it goes into like this pre-chorus section, or if it's still part of the second verse, I can't quite tell, like where everything starts to diverge, where like Misa starts sounding like she's doing her own thing, and Miku's guitar sounds like she's doing her own thing, and Konami sounds like she's kind of doing her own thing. Everything just kind of starts like working its way out into like something else before it like comes back together for a cohesive chorus. Okay, so then going into the chorus, like you got like this you know, kind of explosion into the chorus, and what I find kind of interesting about Akane's drums during that is like you've kind of got this you know, it's in its normal tempo, but then like she kind of like double times it on like the last measure or so of the, you know, each subsection of the chorus, which I thought was kind of interesting, like something like that. I'm not a drum expert, so please don't crucify me for that, for that bad impression. But it was kind of like the snare was kind of going, then go, something like that, where it just kind of picks up there, which I thought was kind of interesting. Sorry if I blew out your ears with the audio. Anyway, and so I thought that was kind of interesting. And then like coming out of the chorus, it dials back into kind of like that slow, groovy rhythm, and then instead of like, well, it's cohesive again, kind of like how it was in verse 1A, as I specified earlier, but it's without the vocals. And then once Psyche's vocals come back in, it's like it goes back into like that diverging part of the verse, and then Akane has a great fill going right into the chorus again, which I thought was really sweet. So there's just so much like, you know, give and take, where like the pace picks up, then it draws back, the pace picks up and it draws back. There's just so much to like digest with all of it, and it's like I'm going through this on just a couple pass-throughs. I feel like I would never get this video actually done if I had to like listen to this enough to really like get all of the nuances that are in this, because it's just, there always just seems to be like something else to pick out with each subsequent listen through. Okay, so getting into the guitar solo, I've been reading with unfair game comments that her solo is pretty wicked, and it is certainly something to behold. And like she just seems to pull out all of the different stops with the guitar solo. I can't even begin to analyze that, but I think the thing that stood out most about that solo was like that section where she's kind of like, she sounds like she's making like otherworldly alien noises. It's just like what is she doing to create that sound? It's fascinating, and it just grabs you. And then another thing going on behind it is I love all the different things that Akane is doing behind the solo. With like, she's got some double bass going on at some points. Then there's some times where she kind of half times it and then like picks up the pace. And it's not so much that she's not changing tempo. It's she's changing the, like, whether sounds like she's changing between like half time, normal time, and double time. At various points she's adding double bass at certain points, and it's just really cool how much switch up she does there, and it complements Konami's solo so well during that section. And then coming out of the solo, you've got this pretty much just vocals only Psyche section, which is not what I would have expected. Of course, Band-Maid, when are they ever going to do what you expect? Like, I would have expected something like maybe like a calm, like maybe clean guitar thing, but it's just Psyche's vocals, and then like a little bit of like feedback from the electric guitar to finally get into the chorus. And that ending section is so intriguing because like it sounds like they're taking the intro riff and like overlaying Psyche's vocals at points, but then like they're changing changing things up. They kind of intermittently put in like the main riff and then like kind of do like a specialized outro verse. And then there's like another section where like they diverge again, where like there's these moments of unity, and then there's these moments of divergence, and that just seems to be a theme throughout the whole song. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the light here because I went from like downpour at the beginning of this video to like bright sunshine, so it's probably messing with your eyes. I'm so sorry. It's messing with my eyes for sure. Anyway, nothing to do with the actual reaction, but there's so much nuance and so much like give and take with the song, like unity, divergence. Man, I could be dissecting this song forever. I'm sure years from now when I'm listening to this song, I'll still be picking things out that I didn't notice before. So that was a fun one to go through. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications so that you don't miss anything going forward. If you leave a vote in the comments below letting me know which Band-Maid song you'd like me to check out next. Or if there's another band you want me to check out, leave that in the comments below as well. And if there's any guitar covers or vocal covers you'd like to see me do, also leave those in a comment, and if I do any of those videos, I will certainly give you a shout out when I do those videos. Also, I want to thank BM for Life and Jonas S for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But that's all for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the sunshine for as long as it lasts, who knows. But enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you, and rock on.